probably check in and make sure that all my peppers are looking good.
Look at that. We have a stream.
And
Good morning.
They're sitting flat on the ground.
Sideways.
They're sitting flat on the ground. Can't be good.
That's probably not good.
Pulled the stakes out of the ground. They weren't like metal. They were just like long wooden stakes.
Yeah.
But pulled those straight over with them.
My neighborhood looked wild. Just like down branches, not big one, but the branches and the leaves, and it looked kind of crazy.
Yeah, we had a huge branch down the block from my house, which maybe that's what woke me up, was that branch coming down. I don't know. I think had to have been loud when it came down. It was huge.
Wow.
Probably if I had to guess, at least a 70-year-old tree. Big old branch.
Big old branch.
And I don't know. It's something at about, what was that, 4:15 woke me up this morning. And I don't know. It must have been louder than all the bricks the Spurs and Knicks were throwing up in each half last night.
Goodness, what a night in the NBA.
Brick after brick from the Knicks in the first half.
I don't even know how to describe it. What you got a chance to see. Tell of absolutely two halves of this game. Spurs outrunning in the first, couldn't miss. 13 threes in the half, I think, or something like that. They were knocking them down from everywhere.
Shot like 55% from three in the first half.
It didn't matter what was happening, what was going on. 76-50.
49.
76-49
half. And I'll be honest, hand up.
You turned it, didn't you?
I turned it. Well, I didn't personally turn it. My roommate wanted to use the TV to play some video games. I'm like, I can be productive, do some other things. And then my phone starts blowing up. I don't know, midway through the fourth, and I'm like, what am I missing? What am I missing?
We didn't turn it, but it wasn't top of mind. It was on, and there was a lot of family discussion, a lot of stuff going on. Like Legos were being built, but it was there. Second half, 30-58, 58-30. The Spurs scored 30 points in the second half of that game. Largest comeback in playoff history. Knicks on the brink now, up 3-1, on the brink of winning a title since first time since the 70s.
Two things I'd like to know. First off, what was Coach Brown's halftime speech to the Knicks to get him to lock in like that defensively? There were some menaces.
Alvarado was magnificent.
Second thing I'd like to know, what kind of magic did the Wu-Tang Clan bring with their halftime performance last night?
Shout out the Wu-Tang Clan. That's all I got to say.
The Wu had it going.
They brought some magic into that building at halftime.
Brunson, magnificent. I mean, and I know people are looking at the Fox late shot, pull it back. But, folks, I'm going to tell you this. That is not the play that lost this game. There are multiple other ways that got you to that level at that. It'd take a lot of heat. Should have backed it out. Should have this. He was trying to get it up three, blah, blah, whatever. Go back and look at what defensively the Knicks did in the second half of that game. That's where they lost. That's it. Fox, I'm sorry. Yes, you made a bad decision, right? Ultimately, you're going to get looked at and go, what was he thinking? What was he doing? There's so many other moments in this one. You should not blow 29-point leads. That's it. That is a collapse job. That is a choke job. Every bit of that. Yeah. That's it.
Play the second half highlights for this with the Spurs.
That's it.
Oh, don't worry. I'll mix something down during the break. Don't you worry.
That's it.
Don't you worry. I'll have something for this.
I don't know what to say.
It's
total collapse.
It's not like, was it 58 points in the second half from the Knicks?
50. They didn't score 70 like the Spurs in the first half.
It's not like that's impossible to overcome.
No, they had a 26. They had a average NBA team half.
This is like
26 in the third and 32 in the second and the fourth.
It's not to the level. Was it the Magic in the second half of Game 7 against the Pistons earlier this playoffs where they went cold? It wasn't to that level, but this on the biggest stage. I mean, you had all the momentum as of halftime in last night's game in the series. At halftime of that game, I said, man, the Knicks might be done for.
Mm-hmm.
If they get blown out at home and lose both games at home.
Well, that was the pressure we talked about.
The Spurs have all the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
In the second half, Knicks play like a team that had their back against the wall. Spurs play like a team that thought they'd already had it in hand.
I think you can go back and look at the number of shots taken by the Spurs and who took those shots as a problem. Dylan Harper, by the way, incredible last night. Victor Wembanyama, up to par, 9 of 25, didn't shoot it great. Fox shot it 16 times. Castle, he only had 7 shots. Vassell, he had 9. But Fox shot it 16 times. I mean, just look at the number of shots people are taking in that offense. And Fox taking it 16 times, that's a problem.
They've been on edge with him being on that roster, and I get that the ball handling is valuable. If this series goes awry, people are going to look back at that layup attempt late in the game, and they're going to go, that's the reason that the Spurs are going to part way with him. And that's really unfortunate because he's a heck of a player.
Yeah.
But for the money that he's on and for the decisions that he's made, if they part ways, you have some serious evidence to point back to.
Their last 2 shot attempts for both? No, because it was the putback that sent him to the line.
Mm-hmm.
The putback that sent the Spurs to the line with Castle to give them the lead in the first place was a bad De'Aaron Fox mid-range. Castle bails him out by going and getting on the offensive glass, getting himself to the line with the Hart foul. And then Fox goes and makes another bad decision. I don't think the Spurs, if they're drawing up sets late in the game, or drawing up sets for De'Aaron Fox.
Not even.
But in the open flow of play, De'Aaron Fox said, I'm going to go be the hero.
When you have a 7'5" monster.
Yes.
When you have a guy who literally looks like something out of a comic book on your team. And you have other options too. Like Steph Castle's a great paint threat. I would classify, Devin Vassell as a pretty good shooter. Julian Champagny certainly was that. Dylan Harper was incredible
last night.
Like you could look at the options on the floor late in the game, and it was Castle, and it was Vassell, and it was Harper, and it was Wembanyama, and it was Fox. Is De'Aaron Fox the 5th option in that scenario? Like, is he the 5th best look that you're going to get? Because he's playing the safety valve. He's hanging out at the top of the key. And I think by the way that his posture was looking, he thought he was going to get the ball. Now, he sold it pretty well because they tried a little lob play to Castle, which I actually thought was genius. They just ran the old they just used Wemby as a magnet with the screen action, and then just went boom right over the top of the screener to Castle. And it was a pretty good action. The lob was just bad. The lob from Harper was not there. And like, if he puts that on the rim, Castle's dunking that, and the Spurs are stealing one, which could be classified as stealing after you blow a 29-point lead in the finals. But I mean, New York, credit to them, because we were wondering what the mental fortitude and the resolution of this Knicks team was going to be, and they really showed up in a major way in that second half. And I'm curious what Mike Brown had to say in that locker room, because those guys came out with a renewed energy, renewed fervor, and they really attacked every facet of the game, but especially defensively. That looked like a great Knicks defensive team. Looked like one of Tibbs' defensive teams, to be quite honest. And you get that with Mike Brown, plus the offensive ingenuity that he can bring to a staff and to a team. It was a great recipe to get the Knicks going, and now they're going to San Antonio with a 3-1 lead, and, you just got to find a way to steal one. That's all you got to do is go find a way. If you don't steal one, get it back for game 6 and hope that you can win it. Because they set themselves up pretty nicely now by stealing one at home.
What an incredible tip in last night, by the way, too.
Great athleticism by Anunoby, because
Anunoby
he just flew through the middle and nobody thought to get a body on him.
Well, it was because they were doubling over with Brunson.
Yep. Which Brunson, I thought, took a wild 3.
Tried to do it before the double team got there, but taking that shot opens up OG Anunoby to get to the rim and tip it back home. And
what a emergence of him. We knew he was good, but he's now shooting like 55% from 3 in this finals. He's been magnificent for them.
I mean, OG had 33, Brunson has 36. You give Brunson a secondary weapon like that, you're going to be in a pretty good spot. And listen, like Becky Hammond said that she will die on the hill. Like if you make a take, you make a take, and Brunson might not be good enough. Like, hey,
I'm okay
sometimes
with
you're
that.
just wrong.
Sometimes you're just wrong.
Sometimes you're just wrong, and sometimes you just have to bite it and say, you know what, I stick with my guns, and I'm okay with being wrong.
It's okay, right?
It's okay to be wrong.
It's okay to be wrong. Just say you're wrong.
Yep. Just hold your hand up and admit it and say, yep, I'm a man. I stand by my take, or I'm woman enough to stand up and stand by my take. Like that takes some guts, man. Like even if you're wrong, stand up and own it. Yeah, it was wrong, and I don't care.
A lot of guts. A lot. So boy, there it is, 3-1. As they'll be on the brink of their first title in over 50 years. Coming up as they'll move to San Antonio. I think the biggest question of this one will be is what we've talked about before for San Antonio. Obviously, they get to go back home to do it. Where's the soul at? Did it get ripped out?
Right.
Is it thrown on the floor? How did they get off the mat after a 29-point comeback loss?
All I know is I'd love to see the Spurs win this next game because I'd love to see the Knicks with the chance to close out an NBA title at home.
I just hope they don't destroy them and their city.
They're gonna burn that city to the ground.
It's
get
bad.
the Wu-Tang Clan. One of the few good things about that city, them and Nas, and it's that city's so bad. Most of their sports team play in Jersey.
That's crazy to say that Wu-Tang and Nas are like the two only good things.
No. I said one. I said one of. I said a couple of. There's still other good things to come out of New York City, but the fact that most of their sports teams play in Jersey anyway should tell you what kind of city that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Maybe that city, needs a little makeover, to put it kindly.
Yeah, they've given it a makeover every game so far. Afterwards,
there were guys out there hitting WWE moves on the curb. I saw somebody hitting a guy with a curb stomp. I was like, "Whoa, okay, we're celebrating by bashing people's skulls in." This is the Viking way, baby.
Oh boy, yeah, it's different. So, all right, here we go on the brink of a championship. Let's take a break. When we come back, it's World Cup day. Let's talk a little World Cup when we return.
All right, let me cook real quick.
Let me cook. World Cup.
Let me cook.
I did something yesterday that I have. I can't remember the last time I had one, or even if I ever have, because it's been long. Made an eagle yesterday.
No.
On par 5. It's about 3 feet on par 5.
You hit it to 3 feet?
On my second shot. It's crazy.
What hole are you playing?
Number 9, Ordnance, the longer par 5.
Never played it. So what was was it a big drive or huge
Big
approach?
drive.
Big drive, and then
I think the drive, whatever the cart said, we didn't like Matt, but the cart kind of gives you an idea. 320
and then
down the hill.
And what'd you hit to approach?
4-iron. Driver 4-iron to the approach about.
That's why I'll never hit an eagle because I can't hit a 4-iron.
It was wild. I'm like, well, that looks pretty good because it was like kind of a little left to right cutter. No, I didn't. That's my ball flight, left to right.
Nice.
Anyway,
power fade.
Yeah, it's about 3 feet below the hole. I'm like, ooh. It was one of those that you hit it. Like, that's a pretty good shot. Like, I'm going to be on, Then as you drive, you're on the cart driving out, you're like,
oh, it's looking good.
That's better than we think.
It's looking better and better the closer you get.
and the guys walk up and go, oh.
Just you wait. When we get to this hour break, I'm going to cook up something for that little collapse last night because that can't fly.
No, that's bad. That's awful.
No. You blew a 29-point lead.
Awful.
And by the way, like the Knicks' defensive fortitude in that second half will be underscored in this game because the media is going to grab this and say, are the Spurs too young to win a title? Is Wemby actually a superstar in this league? What kind of coach is Mitch Johnson? And everybody is going to blast the Spurs. The Knicks need some real credit for what they did.
They do, absolutely.
Because they were a good team. They looked every bit like a finals winning team in that second half.
They played the part.
Sometimes you don't gotta be that kind of team. You just gotta fake it till you make it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you could fool me that the Knicks were a Tom Thibodeau team last night with that kind of defensive performance, and it was a Mike Brown squad. So shout out.
Shout them out.
Shout out.
They went out and took it.
They deserve it.
Somebody on the phone. Welcome back to the morning hookup. Thanks for hanging out with us. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. We're going to talk World Cup here in a minute. We'll talk Forest Thorsby coming up. Nebraska's got a 5-star now. Team is the highest rated recruit ever at Nebraska. We'll talk about that as well. Coming up. It is a holiday for a lot of people out there, and it's World Cup Day. 2 matches today?
Yeah, 2 matches today. So we started off with Mexico and South Africa at 2, which is fine. Justin and I talked a little bit yesterday afternoon. We're going to be hate watching Mexico the entire. I mean, like if there's the biggest rival for the U.S., it's them. So there's going to be some hate watching of Mexico, but I'm locked in. I'm really excited for the South Korean. It's going to be a game. Unfortunately, at 9. I get it. You want that to be a game that Europe can watch at a good time. I'm rooting for South Korea for that 2 evenly matched.
Somebody mad at us?
No, somebody calling in to say they love the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
They grew up in New York.
Ooh.
And they got beef with you, Justice.
No, they grew up in New York. They're like, hey, love the Knicks, love this show. He's like, I got to call in some other time and tell you about the Wu-Tang thing because that was something else. And I was like, yes, please, yes, give us another call.
Do.
Please.
Get a name?
Did not get a name, but 62-year-old gentleman who was from Brooklyn, grew up in New York, big Knicks fan.
Made his way to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah, big Cornhusker fan, big Knicks fan, and he is excited for this year for the Big Red, and he is very enthusiastic about the Knicks and the way that they play a physical brand of basketball, and especially the way they played defensively last night, and that the Wu-Tang Clan is absolutely awesome. And I agree with that statement completely.
Out of all that, we got Wu-Tang Clan is awesome.
You guys got a favorite member of Wu-Tang?
Oh.
I'm between ODB, RIP, can't say that on the air, but ODB, RIP, or
I think it's
Method Man.
Method Man's the easy one.
I'm going Method Man.
That's the easy one.
Method Man.
I like Rizzo a lot. I like Rizzo a lot.
Method Man. I'm going right there. Mexico, South Africa. Mexico, huge favorites, obviously minus 235 in this one. South Korea and the Czech or tonight. South Korea. Czech favorites tonight.
Light favorites.
Slight favorites plus 170 minus whatever plus 170 on the Korean side.
South Korea is going to have the best player on the field tonight with Son Heung-min, but the Czech Republic probably has the better team. South Korea made I think it was 8 years ago. They made an awesome run through the World Cup, made it all the way to the I believe the final 16. Kind of a big upset. They have some good players. Son Heung-min is the best that they have, but as an entire team, the Czech team is probably better. We'll see. Okay. We'll see. That game's kind of gotten like a 2-1 for the Czech Republic or like a 1-1 draw kind of written all over it.
When you're looking at the groups, is there a group that we should be paying attention to? Obviously, you look at the Group D, you got the Americans there with Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. Mm-hmm. In that one, obviously, we'll be laser focused on that one. Americans kickoff win.
Tomorrow night,
8 p.m. Should be after a lot of other stuff. Did he call back?
Yeah, he did. He just wanted to call in and say, hey, still loving the show. He's coming up on 72, not 62.
Oh,
my mistake on that.
You're corrected.
My mistake on that, Rich. New friend of the show, Rich. So shout out,
Thanks,
Rich. He said he's going to call in some other time and, talk to us a little bit about New York culture. Hopefully when the Knicks win a final so we could have a nice little mini celebration on the morning hookup.
Oh, thanks, Rich. Thanks for hanging out with us.
It's awesome.
I do have a group circle, but you asked about this.
I asked about
first up, was Rich the one that called in after the Nebraska-Iowa game in Iowa City 2 years ago?
I don't know.
I think he may have been.
He might call back. He's listening. He might say, yep, that was me.
That was him. That was one of my favorite calls I've ever taken on the radio ever. I think that was from Rich.
I think you might be right. Is this the Rich?
One of the best calls we have ever received in my 8 years working at this radio station.
Rich, if that was you, let us know.
But Group L.
Group L. All right. Just I asked the question about World Cup. We got two matches
Sure.
tonight, and we talk about what. Again, obviously, a lot of us will be watching Group D with the Americans in that group and what they're going to do. But is there a group out there that is like, hey, check out this group? This may be a very competitive group, going to be a struggle to get out of or not, because you've zeroed in on Group L, and that's where England sits.
Group L, England and Croatia, the two top teams in this group. But Panama, North America and kind of the Caribbean, which is where Panama, they fall into that. Central America, North America, the Caribbean, it's CONCACAF. They play their very own brand of soccer that frustrates a lot of soccer teams that you play. It's not the most talented, but they're going to be flopping like a fish. They're going to be playing physical. Just an annoying brand of soccer to play against. So I'm curious. And then Ghana's always live. Ghana is one of those teams that maybe not the most talented team that you'll see at the World Cup, but they play with so much pride. I feel like they always find themselves knocking on the knockout stages. So I would not be surprised at all to see Ghana get a win against Croatia or England whenever they go up and play them. So we'll see there. But Group L, if I was going to circle a group of death where I'm like, any one of these teams could get out, it'd probably be that one. The groups are less, they've added teams to the World Cup, and they're less competitive than they used to be.
Did we look at Group F? Group F is bad.
The Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia.
That's a bad group, which, by the way, Japan might win. I'm going to put it out there. If I had to go put money on somebody who's not favored group to win a group, I think it's Japan, because Team Japan is awesome. They've got some live bodies. They got some great technical midfielders, a lot of skill around that team. Pretty decent wingers, but the engine room for them is what really drives them, and they've got a pretty solid defense. Group L's, that's a pretty solid shout. I would say that
Group A.
Group A. Group I with France, Senegal, and Norway. Not an easy group at all. A lot of talent involved there. Group A with Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and the Czech Republic. Like that, not really an easy run in that group at all. But with the expanded format and with how many more new groups there are and how many more teams are in the World Cup, trying to be as inclusive as possible, really showcase the U.S. on a world stage.
Trying to make more money.
Oh, yeah, that too. But, I mean, you're going to see some disparity in talent, which you can see in the U.S. as a group. I mean, Turkey is an awesome team. Australia is always pretty solid. The U.S. is, has one of their better teams that they've had in a long, long time. But you can see that the talent pool really starts to thin out as we get through some of these groups. Like, theoretically, there are, some pretty easy groups that should be walked through. Like, Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, and Switzerland. Come on, Switzerland should run that group.
But what's incredible about this is we're just going to be getting it's game after game after game for the next what is it? Three and a half weeks.
3 weeks. I was going to say
3.5 weeks is the knockout stage or the group stage. You're just going to have 2 to 3 games every single day. So sit back and enjoy. That is first and foremost. If you're not a soccer fan, highly encourage you. Even if you're not watching all the games, watch those USA games. Feel some patriotism.
Yes, I was going to say.
Throw on your red, white, and blue. Go find. There's a couple different spots downtown.
Yep.
If you want to be in and amongst the people that always do a great job getting folks in the door and getting the game up on the big screen.
Take in the experience.
Take in the experience.
Talk me through the favorites. Who wins this? Who's taking it down? Give us thoughts. I've seen anywhere from, and again, I'm a novice at this. When you're talking about this, I've seen anywhere from Spain, England, Germany, France, Brazil, possibly. Out there, it sound like your top 4 or 5 teams.
I wouldn't take Belgium off that list, but yeah, I would put.
I probably would.
Spain and France. I'd put at the top 2. They have 2 of the best attackers in the world, each of them. France is multiple, but Kylian Mbappe for France, and then Lamine Yamal for Spain.
I know those names.
Spain plays a real possession-based style. If you can't get the ball from them, you can't win. That's kind of how they play. And then they convert their chances with a guy like Lamine Yamal up top. So Spain and France would be top 2. I wouldn't put England too far behind. Justice and I had this conversation. The squad that they have brought with them does not feel like the best collection of talent, but it could be the best team that they could produce. So we'll see. There's been some doubts from English fans about the team that they've brought because they have left a lot of great players.
If they win the World Cup with this team, Thomas Tuchel will get a statue built of him. If they don't make it out, everybody's going to be pointing and firing arrows at him because of the team selection.
Either he's a genius or he's an idiot.
Yeah, according to DraftKings, your favorites are Spain at plus 450, followed closely by France at plus 475, then England with a little bit of a gap at plus 700, Portugal at plus 800, which I think there's some people think it's storyline, Cristiano Ronaldo's last World Cup, all that stuff involved with that.
And Portugal's got a good team, not a great team.
Yeah, they got a good team, but they got a lot of talent in that team, especially in the front line. They've got weapons they can utilize. Brazil at plus 950 doesn't feel like the year for the Brazilians. Argentina equal odds at plus 950. Germany plus 1400. The Netherlands plus 2000. Then how about Norway plus 3000? Colombia and Belgium at plus 4000. So interesting little odds there as you look into the futures market for this World Cup. But definitely feels like, to me, it's Spain and France. That's probably your final two.
You could tell by the odds right there. Looks like there's those two in every one.
I think Spain is the more complete team. I think France has a more exciting team because of the level of attacking talent that they
Looking
have.
at the Americans again tomorrow night, Friday, 8 o'clock. They're slight favorites right now at minus 110. Talk about that team a little bit. Deem success. What is success? Obviously, you look at the stars of stars, the teams of teams across the world in the world of soccer. But our rooting interest will be with the red, white, and blue.
So I would just deem success. You got to finish first or second in your group.
Advance, right, to the 32.
There is still some kind of knockout elimination stuff that can happen if you finish third.
Don't leave it up for chance.
Don't leave it up to chance. This is a group that you can go finish first and second. Paraguay and Turkey are both going to be difficult matchups. And Turkey they had to go play a second qualifier to get into this group. They were the best team among those qualifiers, kind of team you didn't want to see. You get them, that's okay. They're going to have the most difficult to pronounce names once we do preview that match on this show. Turkey, impossible. But it's a winnable group for the U.S., to be 100% honest with you. Would you disagree with that, Justice?
No, I would not disagree with that at all.
It's a very winnable group. You got to go out and do it. It's also, I think you would argue, talent-wise, the most talented U.S. men's national team, top to bottom in my lifetime, but they don't play like the best U.S. men's national team in my lifetime, which is kind of a hard to process. I felt like the teams from my childhood, talking 2010 World Cup, 2014 World Cup, they played better as a team, and they were kind of pluckier. They had a little more grit to them. Felt like it meant more whenever you got to the World Cup. Now we'll see. Maybe these guys take the field tomorrow night, and it means more to them because you have an incredibly talented squad. Gio Reyna was one of the top talents in Europe as of a couple of years ago. Hasn't quite turned into that, but you see he's still got all the talent. Christian Pulisic still on pace to be the best U.S. player potentially ever with some of the club success that he's had. It's him and Clint Dempsey probably. Landon Donovan for his national team time, but like from an individual career, Pulisic's up there. Who am I forgetting here? Oh, Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams in midfield. He's been playing in Europe for a long time, kind of a defensive-minded midfielder. He is everywhere.
He's a cruncher, man.
Yeah, he's everywhere. He puts in more work than anyone else in that field. He's always running around and sticking his nose in things. And then Weston McKennie as well in the midfield. So.
And he's going to play more of an attacking role this year. There's going to be some other guys you want to watch. Anthony Robinson at left back is an incredibly dynamic player, plays for Fulham in the English Premier League, and he's one of the better left backs that you'll see probably in this tournament. He is very attacking minded. He wants to get up, whipping a lot of crosses. He's the guy who hit that crazy volley against Germany and Chicago. He's got a wand on that left foot. Like he will whip in some incredible crosses, and he'll put some pace on the ball, and it'll be really, really exciting. Fuller and Balogun's really interesting. They got an interesting forward room, the U.S. does, but Fuller and Balogun's could probably get the most pace/technical skill. But they've got some other bodies in that room that's pretty good. And then, defensively, if you get to see Chris Richards defend, he's going to be at a decent health, is what it sounds like. Chris Richards is one of the better defenders that you'll probably watch. There's going to be a lot of really good tournaments, but in terms of U.S. defenders that you've seen, Chris Richards is certainly up there. Plays for Crystal Palace in the Premier League. Going to have a big big do on the back, but really solid header to the ball. Doesn't lose a lot aerially. Pretty good with the ball at his feet. Like in this new age where guys tend to play a little bit more with their feet and are more willing to play out of the back and pass it around, this U.S. team's going to be skilled enough that they can break a press, and they showed that against Germany. This team's going to counter-press a lot. They're going to be very physical. When they lose the ball, they want to win it back immediately. They're going to swarm. Like it doesn't look like your traditional open forward line pattern soccer match that you're going to watch. This is a frenetic pace that this thing's going to be played at. When they lose the ball, like there's going to be 3 or 4 guys swarming in the pocket trying to take the ball away. And then watch out for Malik Tillman in this one, attacking-minded midfielder who has a lot of technical skill, plays in the German league for, I believe it's Bayer Leverkusen or Eintracht Frankfurt, one of the two. He's an attacking-minded midfielder that's set to get a move to England here pretty soon. He's really intriguing. He's probably the best prospect that you'll see. But it's really interesting. And then Alejandro Zendejas is a wing name. So Diego Luna wasn't brought, but Alejandro Zendejas put up double-digit goals in Liga MX for a pretty good squad in Liga MX. He's an interesting profile, more of a dynamic game changer, an option you bring off the bench that has great technical skill, can bend it in with either foot, is always looking to break the lines and get forward, always wants to be creative and dynamic with the ball at his feet. So Zendejas, a nice little game-breaking option. They've got some real talent on the squad. And there's Serginho Dest at right back. Like, that's a guy who very attacking-minded, wants to get into the box. This is going to be a very counter-pressing style, like we know under Poch, with a little bit of dynamic attacking play. It's going to be different from most U.S. teams that you've seen, but it'll be an exciting, very effervescent brand of soccer, if you can call it that.
Yeah, and I will say one more thing that we don't want to sweep under the rug here, and probably a good place to end this conversation because I don't want to get too technical for the folks at home who don't care about soccer and are considering changing the radio station.
It's the World Cup.
This is the most notable coach the United States men's national team has ever had in their history with Mauricio Pochettino. The most accomplished, the most successful. He led Tottenham Hotspur, which if you don't know anything about soccer, that is an underdog story. He led them to a Champions League final. He was the coach of PSG for 4 seasons, I believe.
And the coach of Chelsea, like he's got an incredible club record behind him.
Yeah, PSG they're the top team in
Europe.
In Europe. They've won the last 2 Champions League finals. He was their coach for 3 years. Comes over to the United States, and I don't think he'll probably be the coach much longer than this World Cup. So enjoy him while you've got him. It's the best manager the U.S. has ever had in their history.
Yeah, and when you look at this group, listen,
one more thing I want to say, and he's trying to instill some confidence right now. The quote from stories coming out yesterday was essentially, I accept that Spain, Argentina, England are going to be arrogant, but no one sees the U.S. as a contender, but why not? That's his quote yesterday. Now, is he trying to pump up his squad a little bit? I'm sure he is.
He's saying that when he has conservatively a top 17 team in the
That's
world
what I'm
right now.
talking about.
Like the U.S. is number 17 right now. They are the lead in their group in the world rankings. Turkey not far behind at 22, Australia at 27, and all the way down at 41 is Paraguay. That Paraguay squad is plucky. They're going to play the bottom team of their group opening up. No team in this World Cup is easy. I'm going to tell you that right now. You will get – everybody's going to walk in and say, well, they should win their group. They should win their group. When you step onto that pitch, pride goes to a swell, and your egos and your talent go to the side because national pride can power a lot of things in this tournament. And it can make for some really exciting moments. So watch out. There's going to be some upsets.
And it will. Today, the World Cup kicks off down in Mexico, 2:00 and a 9:00 match tonight. So that'll kick off your World Cup as we got 3.5 weeks of pure magic.
We need to lock in our predictions. Who wins the whole thing? Finals on July 19th. So this is going to be a while. Anyone?
England. I'm going to take them. Go England.
I'm also unfortunately going to say England, which is tough because the correct answer is probably Spain.
I think it's France. You think
it's France?
I think France has bbeen knocking on the doorstep. They got the best player in the world. I think it's time.
Well, then to make this a little more fun, I'll go Spain.
There you go.
I'll go Spain. Though I'll be rooting, assuming the United States does not make it to the final. I'll be rooting for England come the end.
There you go.
I won't be. They blew a 13-colony lead, and they're going to lose again because they don't seem to win a lot on American soil. Ho!
There it is.
There we go. All right, let's take our final break of the hour. What was that? Can we get the motion once again?
Low blow, baby.
Low blow. We'll take another break. We'll come back with This Day in Yankees Hate. Good stuff there, boys. I'm bummed out. Second week in a row that Mother Nature has halted Golf League.
Diabolical, Hooksy.
Yeah,
diabolical. You're gonna have to reschedule those, aren't you?
Oh yeah, it just keeps backing it up now.
Diabolical.
It just keeps backing it up. Now we're going to miss the first 2 weeks. We're going to miss the next week because it's an off week because it's the member guest. So we don't play on that day. My golf partner, my best friend, just said, "Are you kidding me? Why did they start in June? They screw everything up. Hope we don't make the shootout because I think I'm out for the 27th." So there's it's a 2 sessions or 2 halves, and you run to play in the shootout, which is under the lights. We played in it last year and finished second under the lights. It's really fun.
That's pretty fire.
Imagine dark. You play your last match, and then the lights, they line up 17 and 18 with lights, and then everybody who's not in it get in their carts and go out to the greens, and there's lights.
Oh man,
that's fire!
And you're playing
if I was playing 17 and 18 under the lights with all the carts around the green, all those people in carts are in danger.
You got to watch out.
Yeah.
And I tell you what is really unique. It's a fun event you get to do, but I don't know what it is in your head, but try hit a golf ball it's in the dark, right, with lights. It is an odd feeling. And try to maintain that you're not.
That sounds kind of fire though. Can't hate.
There you go. Bummed out.
There's a slight aside here. The Umping Association reached out to me yesterday. I got this email and it made me roll my eyes because it was like a big drama. Like, man, we got so many games left to fill. You already got a couple games. You could really use you on a few more if you could. And I'm like, okay, here's my schedule. And this game would work out great. 1 p.m. Saturday. I'm like, yeah, get down on it. I'll do 3 games back to back with some travel in between. I can handle that. Like, we'll be okay. And then within 12 hours of getting assigned the game, it for no reason listed gets canceled.
Yeah.
I got the email at 12:03 in the morning.
Can't.
It's over.
Well, the reason was a new game change. What does that mean?
Can you explain?
What is?
I'm going to do that one just for fun. I was trying to figure out where to put this in. We got it. Tanner. What up, Tanner Hooks?
I'm so excited for this World Cup. I can't lie. I can't front.
Yeah. I'm really excited for that Czech Republic and South Korea game tonight. Though I guess they're not technically called the Czech Republic anymore.
It's Czechia.
Czechia. No, they're the Czech Republic.
I can't wait to bet that's going to be a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, that's got 2-1 or a 1-1 written all over it, but more likely 1-1.
Yeah, the Mexico game's got 2-1 written all over it.
2-1 Mexico over South Africa.
Yeah,
I was going to say 2-0.
Yeah, I think it's a Mexico win and a South Korea Czech Republic draw, which I might be willing to put not real money on, but fake money on.
What's the first super electric high scoring game we get?
When does Colombia play?
That's a good shout.
USA Paraguay might low-key be shootout. Brazil Morocco.
Yeah, I do have. This is an aside. You talked about they're comfortable on the ball. I have concerns about the U.S.'s center backs.
Not if Chris Richards is playing. I don't. If it's Chris Richards and Tim Ream, I think I'm okay. Now
Tim Ream might be the slowest man in the world.
But I think we're going to play 3 at the back. So
yeah,
and if we play 3 at the back, you don't need a lot of speed. You need speed on the turn. You don't need a lot of straight lines.
Which makes sense. I'd probably put Dest at right back.
That makes Dest at right.
Put Jedi at left back.
Yeah, that makes Dest at right wing back and Jedi at left wing back, so they can get more forward and influence play that way. I watch too much.
You could also play 3 at the back in defense and 4 at the back in attack with Tyler Adams.
Yeah, so Tyler Adams in possession can drop in and basically you can play a 4 at the back with him and then just kind of swing one of the center backs out to right back basically. You can get really funky with it.
Yep.
I digress though.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Thanks for hanging out with us. Happy Thursday. What up, Ernesto? Greg, what up, Ken?
And for
Shane, what up?
the folks out there that still think soccer is communist football, thank you for bearing with us in that last segment. This is, you might not appreciate it now, but this is monumental to have the World Cup in the United States.
Look, I feel like when we're doing that and talking soccer, it's just like us talking Ryder Cup every 4, Pres Cup, right? World Cup, it's the same event. It's a monumental event. That is a celebration of that sport amongst the world.
It's a celebration of countries.
And then put it in the fact that now it's in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
It's a celebration
You're a
of
host
countries.
country.
You're a host country, and the rest of the world has looked down on your soccer culture for decades now. And you get to show them. I know not everyone around here cares about soccer.
Heck, there's eagles flying around in stadiums.
And you get to show them Pigeon Forge, Tennessee to a bunch of Germans traveling through the South. Is there anything more patriotic than that?
If you could show, I know there probably won't be many folks around here. If you could show all the Europeans traveling into the United States, one part of Nebraska, one day trip with a European, I'm not sure, party, family, whatever it may be. What one thing from Nebraska are you showing them? What are you showing off from this beautiful state?
We're going to Memorial Stadium.
Okay. I like that one.
We're going to Memorial Stadium.
We're going to Western Nebraska to further the stereotype that this state is truly only corn and cattle and nothingness.
I'm taking them to Carhenge. Maybe Chimney Rock too.
Forget that.
We're going to Grand Island.
We're going to take in a CWS game.
Ooh.
We're going to
let's get them the hot dog. Let's do it all.
Let's take them to the most tropical place in Nebraska.
Grand Island.
Grand Island. With the palm trees and everything.
Going with Lenoma Beach.
Hey, good shout. Good shout. Oh, we could take them to the lighthouse and show them what a real fun time looks like.
Take them down the Niobrara. Floating down the Niobrara wouldn't be bad.
This one, by the way, watch this on what is today? June 11th, 2026. On this day in sports, it's probably going to be there next year. The White Sox are in first place after beating the Braves again. They're a half game up.
Everybody wave at Haley's Comet as it goes by.
This day in sports, shout out to South Side of Chicago. You're in first place.
Shocking. But
like shocking.
It's June 11th. June, I
know it's June, but man, give them their flowers right now. They're playing good. They've beaten the Braves twice now.
To show you just how wild the season can be, though, and I know this is a unique example and why it's kind of a folly to be like, they're in first place. That's awesome. The 2002 Oakland Athletics on June 11th had just gotten back above 500, and they went on to finish the year, what was it, 103 and 59 or something like that. Now, it helps that they went 18-2 across 20 games, and they went on the 20-game winning streak later in the year, and that's rare to see, but so much can still change in this season. If there were a team that you think still has it in them to make a run that we're not talking about or is further down in the divisions, is there anyone you're picking right now? I got one in mind.
I don't know. Who's yours?
How about the Chicago Cubs?
Yeah,
they've had a terrible month.
They have.
The last month for the Cubs has been horrible, but there's been a lot of teams that have overcome bad months in the history of baseball.
They're one. They might be the only team that can do that.
And they can within the next 2 weeks they can reel in the Pirates and the Cardinals.
We are rage baiting at this point.
And within the next month they could reel in the Brewers. They need some help probably from the Brewers.
We're rage baiting at this point.
I know you are. I know you're a Cardinals fan, and I'm sorry to say that.
We're just rage baiting at this point. By the way, 1992 on this day in history.
You don't want to talk about that.
The U.S. Olympic baseball team plays its first exhibition game, beats Venezuela 20-0. 20-0.
Wow.
Little did they know that would be the World Baseball Classic final in 2026. Pretty great stuff. On this day in sports history, we had Babe Ruth setting a home run record. Let me get back there because I was rounding all my information out. Yeah, Babe Ruth sets the home run record. Hits 19-20 on the way to 60. Roger Maris would hit 19-20 in 1961 on the way to 61 to break the record. And Mel Stottlemyre in 1974 set an American League record by making his 272nd consecutive start without pitching a game in relief All of this, and the Yankees still have not won a World Series since 2009. Thank you.
I was wondering how you were going to get to that.
Don't worry. I mean, and also Nolan Ryan pitched his 6th no-hitter, just casually on this day in sports.
I wonder how you're going to get there.
On this day in 1950, the 50th U.S. Open for men's golf at Marion Golf Club, just outside of Philadelphia.
Yep.
Just 16 months after being hospitalized and severely injured in a car accident, Ben Hogan beats Lloyd Mangrum by 4 shots and George Fazio by 6 in an 18-hole playoff, dubbed the Miracle at Marion.
Wow.
Jenna Brim.
There's a birthday out there. Happy birthday, Joe Montana. 70.
Shout out
Joe Montana, turning 70 today.
Joe Cool, baby. In 1981, the Mariners beat the Orioles 8-2 at the Kingdome. Then the players go on strike.
That's baseball for you.
That's baseball, baby. That's funny.
Are we gonna get? Do you guys think we're gonna get another strike?
Well,
I think it's coming.
I also think it's coming.
It's really right there, and it's going to have to all do with the cap. There's going to be a lot of stuff.
I don't want a cap. I want a floor. I don't care about teams.
But it's both are in there.
The Mets spent $373 million and they stink. Spending money doesn't matter if you can't develop. Sorry, man.
The White Sox spent a fraction of that, and they're awesome.
Yeah, they went and spent on Minetaka Murakami, who clubs homers and recently found out about Portillo's hot dogs. That's pretty awesome, man.
Hey, the first time I found Portillo's, though.
Wait till those Europeans find Portillo's, because we're having games in Chicago. When they find out about Portillo's, they might not leave, which might help our population numbers. I don't know.
But
you want to fudge the census a little bit.
That chocolate cake milkshake.
That sounds like
they put an actual slice of chocolate cake in it.
That sounds like future health problems. Wait,
an actual slice of cake in it.
There's an actual slice of cake in the chocolate milkshake. Incredible. The hot dogs there, fine. There's a lot better Italian beef spots around. As accessible? No, probably not.
My goodness.
But the chocolate cake shake.
How can you go wrong? Look at yourself. You can talk about it. You can't have it.
Right? I know. I want it so bad. I skipped that, actually. When I went to Chicago in March, I skipped the Portillo's chocolate cake shake, and I still regret it.
If you want an under-the-radar team that could win their division, to circle back to that, the Athletics.
Ooh, I like that.
I think the Athletics, especially in their new ballpark, they slug, man. They slug, and they've got enough pitching to make it work.
And the AL West is up for grabs.
Yeah, which is why I don't think it's that bad of a shout, because the not-so-lovable losers don't need any credit.
No.
They don't. They're playing like trash. They lost to the Rockies.
Wow.
That's all I need to know.
Is that a shot at your Rockies?
That's fine.
The Rockies have been playing decent ball lately.
The Rockies have already won the series against the Cubs.
Yeah.
I know the Cubs are playing bad ball right now, but they can sweep them today. And then they got the A's, the next team. The next team on death row as the Rockies come to town.
Yeah, the Rockies death row record.
Death row, baby. Coming up, we'll talk some NHL. Big game tonight. Nebraska's got a 5-star.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
Say it ain't so. We got a whole lot more and a whole lot of you.
Does this one have a family that also coaches the offensive line?
Wow. On that note.
Wow. Sit back, relax. We'll be right back.
Is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Jazz in June 2026 is here. This iconic free-of-charge music festival makes its return once again on campus, downtown Lincoln. With the area's best food trucks available on-site starting at 5, Jazz in June is every Tuesday evening during the month of June, with music starting at 7. This week's featured artist is Jackie Allen and Hans Sturm. For more info, complete season schedule, and VIP tickets, visit jazzinjune.com. That's jazzinjune.com. Great jazz in the great outdoors.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Watch out! Pew, pew, pew. You got me! The galaxy is safe once again.
In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3, Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The House voting today and failing to extend the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, which allows the government to gather intelligence abroad. A not happy House Speaker Mike Johnson saying of the Democrats,
World Cup events going on around the country. We have America 250, Freedom 250 events going on. Very, very serious, very dangerous times, and they're not taking it seriously.
Democrats refusing to renew FISA in protest of President Trump's pick of Bill Pulte to be the acting director of national intelligence. After saying for 3 months that a peace deal is near, President Trump now threatening to strike Iran and seize control of the country's oil and gas industries. On Fox and Friends this morning, the president said Iran will be totally decimated if it doesn't agree to the terms.
We can walk in there tomorrow. We could take soldiers. I don't want to have boots on the ground, but if I wanted to, we could put a small group of soldiers and take over the whole place. They're finished.
ABC's Karen Travers is at the White House.
Remember, we have heard the president give mixed messages in terms of his timeline, saying that he has been in no rush to get a deal. Then it was, I want to do this in the next couple of days, and we can get this done in the next couple of days. And I'm putting pressure on Iran to do this. Now this morning he's indicating he seems less interested in reaching a deal as they continue these strikes against Iran.
On Wednesday, we learned consumer inflation is running hotter than it has in 3 years. Today, we learned the stats on wholesale prices. They are up 6.5% year over year. That's the largest 12-month increase since November of 2022. Anna Cooper says she's struggling in Indianapolis.
I have to think more about, like, if I want to save this much, I have to actually think about spending less, which didn't used to be the case.
The typical American household has now spent more than $500 in extra fuel expenses since the start of the war with Iran. You're listening to ABC News.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Mother Nature with an early wake-up call. Good morning, I'm Jeff Moats. Mostly cloudy, 68 degrees at KFOR. A wind gust of 70 miles per hour was reported at the Lincoln Airport shortly after 4:30 this morning as severe storms moved through the area.
Have one tornado warning that was centered in southeast Lancaster County. That warning was issued at 4:53 a.m., and then the Weather Service canceled it at 5:01.
KFOR News talking to Lancaster County Emergency Management Director Jim Davidsaver, who said sirens sounded in the southeast part of the county. No damage reported related to that, but tree damage from winds have been reported across Lincoln. Egg-sized hail was reported out by Branched Oak Lake. And to the east in southeastern Cass County, a confirmed tornado was reported 3 miles northeast of Nahaka. There were also reports of power flashes near Murray, according to the National Weather Service. Strong winds early this morning likely caused a large tree limb to damage a home converted over to apartments in Havelock. Lincoln Fire and Rescue received the call just before 5 a.m. to the area of Tuesland Avenue and Kearney Avenue. LFR Public Information Officer MJ Lehrman tells KFOR News it took crews 20 minutes to cut a large tree limb to extricate the patient.
They were taken to the hospital with some minor injuries.
3 people have been displaced. They're getting help in relocation from the Red Cross. The musical Chicago will start a run of performances at the Tada Theater in the Haymarket. Bob Rook with the Tada Theater tells KFOR News Chicago is based in the 1920s at the Cook County Jail, where 2 women suspected of murder tried to compete for headlines and the skills of a sleek lawyer.
And you meet a lot of interesting characters along the way. And we have a fabulous local cast performing.
Chicago starts at the Tada tonight, beginning at 7:30. The shows are sold out, and one other show has been added for a 2 p.m. performance on June 27th. Read more at KFORnow.com. Becoming sunny and breezy today. We'll see a high around 80 this afternoon. I'm Jeff Moats, KFOR News.
When someone you love needs more support than you can give at home, it can be hard to know where to turn. At Bailey Point Assisted Living at Van Dorn, we're here to help your family find peace of mind. Our compassionate caregivers provide personalized assistance, meaningful engagement, and a safe, comforting community your loved one can truly call home. Let us walk this journey with you. Visit BaileyPointVanDorn.com to learn.
We're not living in some perfect team, the kind where the sun's always shining and life's what-ifs just don't exist. Here in Nebraska, we live in reality. We have unpredictable weather and risky moments that mean you need insurance protection you can trust. At Battle Creek Insurance Company, we protect you with flexible policies for home, auto, farm, and multi-peril crop insurance. Hometown service for all of life's what-ifs. Contact your local independent agent and ask about Battle Creek.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Welcome back to the Morning Hookup, hour number 2. Happy Thursday. It's going to be a beautiful day today, by the way. It has been hot. Hot. 78 today.
Hot stuff?
Hot stuff.
Jet Buck in the building? Jet Buick hit another bomb. Shout out. Hit double-digit home runs this year. I can't hate. He was productive. Good transfer bat.
Yeah. But it's been hot. Good day today. Looks like it's going to be the rain moved on.
I hope it's a good day to revive my pepper plants. I've been working hard on those.
I feel like you've been kind of stressed out.
I was distraught. I was distraught this morning when I get up and my pepper plants are lying flat on the ground. They're still the roots are still in the ground. So I'm like, maybe they're still.
And you're distraught knowing that you didn't have time to fix it right now. You're thinking about it right now. Like, boys, when we're done, let's get the promo out. I got to go.
I'm thinking of my plan here to try to get them saved.
Save the peppers.
If anyone's got any ideas here, if you got a green thumb,
do you have a defibrillator?
Clear. If anyone's got any plans, any thoughts, give us a call, 402-489-1240. Jump in the stream.
Clear. Come on, peppers.
I can't be the only person having this problem this morning.
Apply the pads. Apply the pads. Apply the pads.
I put so much into you, peppers. Come back.
And I will always love you.
At least my herb garden was fun.
No, this is like at the end. Have you ever seen those like online ads? It's like in the arms of an angel. And Eli's just sitting there weeping over his pepper.
They were just starting.
It's a little boys to men.
My jalapenos were just starting to bud out.
It's the end of the road.
Although we've come to the end of the road. That's like 2 times in 3 days. I can't let you go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. Yeah, that's the second time in 3 days people have heard us singing on stream.
Yeah. Oh man.
So, and I apologize for these fools. They were just starting to bud out. I was getting really excited. Go outside this morning, and I wanted to cry.
Well, leave us up to Justice tonight to cheer you up about it.
Thanks.
Let's go cooking somebody when they're down.
Sorry about your peppers. Don't let the dogs out.
Sorry about the peppers. You don't need a tissue. Here's an iron weight to hold you down. This is like Elijah's trying
I'm
to
crying.
Elijah's trying to keep his head above water with his peppers, and we're just shoving it right back down.
I'm just going to Google here and see what I can do.
You
guys aren't helping.
I'm going into Google.
Professor Google can always help.
Oh boy, tonight, man, big one tonight. Speaking of, hopefully, there's gonna be somebody crying after tonight. Golden Knights, Hurricanes, Game 5. Been an electric series so far. Returning back to Carolina. This is a big one. Big one tonight. 7 o'clock ABC. Hurricanes pretty big favorites in this one when you look at it from the odds perspective going back home, -160. This has been fairly close odds throughout this thing with big goal leads. Winners on the road, winners at home right now. I think this is a huge one for I would say I'd put this solely on the Knights tonight. Looking at this one for them to get it done, especially in a 3-game set going on, knowing that you do get to go home from one, but turning back to Game 7 at Carolina would be a huge task for them to get done. How are your Peppers?
Well, Shane, in worst case scenario, says the garden centers around might still have plants that are available that are further along. Online, pepper plants are resilient.
Oh.
As if the main stem is broken, we're cooked. But I don't think it was. They were just knocked over and maybe slightly uprooted.
Dude, if I could tell you how many times working my mother's garden that our bell pepper plants got knocked over and those son of a guns still produced veggies, I would have.
This is why were you not saying this instead of?
Because I wanted to kick you while you were down. Duh.
The other way is so much better.
It's just like they are resilient. All you need is just a little bit of fertilizer. Make sure that they're standing up, because if the stem gets too far, then obviously the weight can't support itself. It's gonna snap off, like obviously all that stuff. But just continue to tend for it. Give it the nutrients that it needs. Water it, all the necessary stuff. You should be okay.
Okay. We got a call coming.
I hope it's Rich, because Rich has probably got
Rich has probably got pepper suggestions back in New York.
I didn't know I was going to call 3 times, but I knew when you started talking about gardening, I was calling back. Wow, this is incredible. Oh yeah, it's somebody. Is it who do we have to talk
Forget
about?
the green thumb Duval's in the building. Say hi to Nesto, baby.
Nesto, what's up, brother?
Not too much. Hey, the bell pepper, the struggle's real.
He's in his feels, Nesto.
What's that?
He's in his feels, Nesto.
He hasn't been right. He didn't walk in right. I could tell.
I'll tell you what, man. Went and saw my girl again in Indianapolis. I'm moving. It's only 12 hours away from you guys versus 24. So
most people don't like. I'm in sunny South Florida. You know where I want to move? Indiana. That's rare.
Well, I'll have to tell you guys off the air why. But I can tell you this. I think that it's going to be either Portugal or Germany, and Japan is a long shot. But I'm going with Germany. They're a young team. Experience, I think they're going to win it.
Okay.
I like that he's staking his claim. Yeah. Now I've never heard of somebody who wanted to leave sunshine for something else, but love makes you do crazy things.
Yeah, well, you ain't kidding. Oh, Jesus, God. More about that later. Hey, if I was going to bring some Europeans over or whomever, Brazilians, and show them Nebraska, just and I've only been to Nebraska once for the College World Series. And there was some big tournament. The Slump Busters, my boy was in.
That's right.
But I would take him to KFOR. I would take him to whatever bar Kid Spice is at. And then I would take him to Slim's Chicken.
Okay. I'm not sure.
And
those jar desserts will change the European.
There it is. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh no worries, guys. And we need an epic call from Rhinomite. I know I hadn't listened, when I was going through treatment and stuff. Tried to catch up on the YouTube streams, but we need Rhinomite to come bring it one time.
The call out has been made. I love it.
All right, guys, man. I'm tired, but I'm going to be moving, homeboys. But I can't wait. You guys rock. And just remember this.
If you're not getting
if the Nebraska football team plays like you guys every day, consistent, they'll be long and strong and down to get the friction on.
That's Ernesto, baby.
Woo!
That's it. It's coming with the phrase.
I love that he's staking his claim with Germany because my buddy put money on Germany, and I'm going to tell Nesta the same thing I told him. I can't trust a coach who's A, fat, and B, didn't bring his two best midfielders. There you go.
Wow.
Nagelsmann's out of shape. I want a coach that's in shape. Poch is in shape.
This conversation's taking a turn.
I don't even know where this is
Poch
going.
is in shape. Okay, that's a real coach.
I need an in-shape coach.
Yeah, Nagelsmann looks like he's been enjoying too much of those German pastries. I would too. Some
like
of the German beer. I would too.
You sound like you're filling out your NCAA bracket based on mascots right now.
Justice Rhodey would not hire Mangino from Kansas.
No. No, he is out.
There are other reasons for that. I'm not going to say that, but just know that I also have a he doesn't know me. Just know that I have a vendetta against Julian Nagelsmann, and that will not subside. Great coach.
We're getting stuff out today.
Yeah.
We got a pepper. I feel like I'm in the movie Bull Durham. I'm at the mound, the pitching coach. We got a lot of issues going on here.
I think
we got a lot of stuff.
I feel like it's Justice and I laying on a leather couch talking about our feelings.
I think it's time one of us go. I think it's time we as a group just collectively go get one of those group therapies, and we just go.
It's okay to be real.
By group therapies, I hope you mean those pedal bikes.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
I'm not sitting on the couch holding hands. Let's go.
No, we're not singing Kumbaya. We're gonna be pedaling around downtown, going, man. We got a lot of issues, fellas.
This is good. Thank you guys for entertaining.
You know what else is? You know what else is good?
Game 5 hockey.
The Stanley Cup Finals.
Stanley
there
Cup
we go.
Finals. Game 5 tonight at Carolina.
Shout out the Hurricanes, man. They found something in goal with I think it's Brandon Bussey is his name. Yeah. Brandon Bussey, he's awesome. Left-handed net tender for the Hurricanes. He came in the second half of, I believe it was Game 3 against the Golden Knights when they had that 4-goal frenzy, and he was able to hold it down at the back. Now, there was a couple of miscues, and Carolina ends up losing that game, but there was something really positive, and then he gets in net, and he does an all right job. Steadies the ship, lets couple in. I know Vegas puts a ton of pressure on you. They're really concise. They're really opportunistic, but he allowed the Hurricanes to go and play their best hockey. They allowed them to play free, play a little bit on the edge, play a little bit reckless, and
27-year-old that made his first start ever in the NHL the other night, a journeyman in the minor leagues of hockey. I think that'll be something to watch tonight. That question was brought up after his really good game, and they got the win. Is if it's who's their early goalie, who's their
Freddie Anderson.
If he's healthy, what do you do?
I think I probably
think the consensus was run Bussey.
Just run it with Bussey.
Back out.
Yeah.
Run him back out.
Because why not? Like, he's giving you so much confidence in net more than Freddie Anderson was, because when Freddie Anderson was there, like, he was having some really uncharacteristic, shaky performances. But, I mean, that's kind of been the playoff track record with Freddie Anderson, is he's a really good regular season net tender. He gets to the postseason. His record's been a bit spotty. Brandon Bussey's really seemed to give them some confidence in the net. I think you probably stick with him in the crease. I mean, Elijah could probably vouch for it, but I think you probably stick with a guy who's giving you a lot of confidence in the crease.
I agree
with that.
Well, simply put, it's in this series, goals will be allowed.
It's happening.
It's as simple as that. Both these netminders are giving you a chance.
That's all you need. All you need is a chip and a chair.
That's
man.
it. Like you,
they're going to give up. You don't need these guys to stand on their heads and give you 45 saves and no goals allowed. Both these offenses are good enough.
Yeah, it's not this series.
Hey, hold them below 4 goals, and you're going to give your offense a chance.
Do we get another? Like this has been such a. To me, it's continuing watching the chess match in lines and the goalies. But at what point, or does it happen if we get another 2-0 goal lead, that the comebacks fall apart and they don't happen? We've seen it 4 games now that it's been a 2-0 lead or whatever. Sometimes going to that well too many times, it's going to hurt somebody.
Eventually you do. It just expends so much energy that you can't mount a comeback over the course of a series. I know that both these teams have played the chess match, like you said, and shuffled their lines a little bit just to get the best possible matchups that they can. there's just going to be some point where you just have to go back to what's the question, the human resolve. How far are these men and these athletes willing to go to win a Stanley Cup Finals? How much more can you expend than you have in your tank? Like, can you run this thing on fumes for a little bit more? How sharp are your line changes? Can you maximize how much economy you get with these guys? There's going to be a real test of human resolve because a lot of those guys now are putting up 27, 28-minute nights, which is kind of a lot in hockey. When you're putting up that kind of night, putting up 27, 28 minutes with your front line, those guys are going to get worn down a little bit. And they're tough and they're not going to let on, but there's going to be some fatigue setting in. Who's the deeper team? Who's got more resolve? I think is probably what's going to end up winning this series.
It's going to be an interesting one. You feel like in this series so far, it's like you ever gone on the golf course and you see the water in front of you? I'm just going to throw the ball in there now and get it over with. Can we just, who wants the 2-goal lead tonight? Who wants it now? We'll flip for it. You start up 2-0? All right, we're coming after you. But it's been an amazing. I think it's a big one for the Knights tonight. Obviously, when you look at the whole 3-game set now, they'll be back to Carolina. Can the Knights get it done and be at home in Game 6 with a win?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I think it lies. Because you feel like, I don't know, this series has been crazy. I don't even know. But this series, you feel like if it makes it back to Game 7 at Carolina, advantage Hurricanes. And happy fans, happy NHL fans in this one. So 7 o'clock tonight, you'll have that going on. Let's take a break. Let's come back. We'll talk to Nebraska football. Big star added to our future quarterback and what that means. And a little discussion around the future with Trey Taylor and the quarterback position at Nebraska. So about that when we return.
And we mentioned football, so now the numbers will go up.
Yeah. And boom. You say football?
Meter moved.
You say we have the highest recruit ever?
Is he higher than Marlon Lucky?
I believe he's now the highest commit.
You know what? For as much flack as they've gotten, shout out Matt Rule & Co. because they were right early on him. They were right early on Trey Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
That, by the way, they were right early on KJ Green, too, who's the number 4 player in the class as an edge out of Georgia, and they got him on an unofficial. They were right on him early, too. They've been right on some guys in this 27 class.
I'll also say, this is not to discredit. It's not like, and I've seen this kind of thrown. It's not like Nebraska was the only school that was right on Trey Taylor, but you still have to give them their flowers for being right.
They stuck with it and stayed.
See that going into, I think it's going into his sophomore year.
Yeah, and investing in it, knowing that this was going to be the guy that you wanted in your quarterback, and he's grown into every bit of that bill. So I got to give him a little bit of flowers.
Yeah, give it a little bit, then as the fans are going to go, well, great, you got him. What do you do with him?
Yeah, and what can you properly manage expectations with a guy like that? Because this is a 17, 18-year-old kid. He's putting the pressure of he's going to change the program on a kid is a lot of pressure. That is an immense amount of pressure. And while he may seem like he's ready to handle it for any 17 or 18-year-old, that's still going to be a lot. You saw how much of a burden it was for Dylan Raiola. Now, Trey Taylor might be a little bit different of a mental cat, but it's still – that's a ton of pressure to put on a kid.
Absolutely agree with you. Not 100%. We'll get in this, but
we will.
There's
you have to be cautious about anointing a kid like that. I don't care. He could be Matt Stafford. It's still, you don't want to. That's a lot of pressure for a kid. A lot of pressure.
As a side note here, maybe something we missed, story. New numbers locked in for the Nebraska basketball team.
Just saw that.
Let's go to them.
We have a number change.
Whoa.
Leo.
Didn't Leo change it because Bowden Kapke took 33?
In Leo's number from his entire youth was 9. So
I'll take that, Leo.
If you're a single-digit number, that means you're a hooper.
What if your number is 0?
That means you're tough. If you wear 0, you better be tough. Because my goat Russell Westbrook wore that. You better be tough. That would win an MVP. Like if you wear 2, you're tough. You win back-to-back MVPs, and then people complain about you. Only to then watch the finals and then complain even more.
I think we need more guards with high numbers, though. I love when a guard wears like 44.
That's tough.
That's tough.
But when they're good. All right, here we go.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Happy Thursday. You have a plan?
I do.
I have a plan. Yeah.
There we go. We properly ran the joke. Is a joke ran its course now?
We have a plan in place. I'm feeling confident.
Good man.
Some light Google searching during the commercial break did me well.
If you need any help, I have 7 years of growing bell peppers experience.
I'm just,
Off air, I can help you.
Very diverse portfolio.
Extremely diverse portfolio,
I'm
Hooksy.
I'm just gonna restake
All different kinds of colors of peppers, Hooksy.
a partly cloudy day would suit us well. Some high heat direct sunlight would
You need to
potentially
be at
add some
home right
stress.
now.
I know.
Sun's coming out.
You might have to.
You don't want a full sun day. You know, you want to keep these things. They're resilient, but you want to give them some time to recover.
Hey, a heat lamp.
You don't want to cover it.
A heat lamp never hurts.
I'd move it to a slightly shady area is what I've been told. Restake it up.
Because do you have them potted?
Yes.
Okay, because we had ours fenced in like a little garden area, so we had like mulch and fertilizer. Like we had this whole thing down to a T with straw. By the way, straw amazing for plants. Didn't know if you know that.
Throw it on top. It helps keep the water.
Yeah.
No, but just restake them up, get him to a slightly shadier area, give him some time to recover, and I think we'll be okay. I got strong
Mark
plans.
it down. June 11th, 2026.
The day the comeback began.
The comeback began. What's going on?
Hey, don't call it a comeback.
The story starts today.
I woke up this morning. I thought I was down 29 points in the second half.
This is an underdog story,
We have a
baby.
setback. We have a setback day.
We have concepts of a plan. We are good. We are good. Hey,
This
speaking
little
of,
guy, he's coming.
Speaking of the stakes going up, how about somebody getting a fifth star?
Hey, Trey Taylor, congrats. 5th star added, which I thought was it was an anticipation of coming. Congrats on that. Number 8 in the class now.
Mm-hmm. High number.
Okay. A guy that shout out Nebraska. They've been in on him and recognized that from early on, from jump, right? Congrats. Give your due there. He's been the ultimate peer recruiter at Nebraska. He's been wearing I'm putting him in the class of Henry T. Buchanan, wearing red and being that Husker right now, and what he's done, showing up, whatever the case is. Congrats on that. Conversations, I think, escalate now when he gets here officially. You got Calandria in place right now. He's right now saying he's your guy right now going into this year, correct? We'll just say that. It's still a competition, but he's your guy. Just not to dog Latif. He's out there getting work done in California to try to get where he needs to get to.
Absolutely.
Whatever, right? So I don't want to discount that. The conversation, I think, starts not to pass this year. Trey Taylor in 27 when he shows up. 5-star. You look at Calandria, what Calandria could do this year, because I think that's a conversation about what the expectation and anticipation is for Calandria in the offense and what those numbers mean for Nebraska, but also what it means for when Trey walks in the door officially in 27.
Well, did you learn anything from the last time you started a true freshman quarterback? Did you learn anything? That's the question to me. And what you could have learned, it's fine to start a freshman. Maybe you handle things a little bit differently. It could be you want to keep him on the bench for a season. I don't know what the lesson learned should be, but there should be some sort of lesson learned from putting Dylan Ryle on the field as a true freshman. What do you guys think that lesson would be?
You need better complementary pieces around him. I'm talking a great O-line to support him. We need some wide receivers to give me a competent run game. All these supporting pieces need to be in place so that he has a launching pad to then propel himself and this offense to the heights that you want it to. Now, if the 5-for-5 gets past the Calandria, there's going to be a whole conversation about what do you do, but that's ultimately dependent upon A, what does Anthony Calandria end up doing for the Nebraska Cornhuskers in 2026, and B, that's also dependent upon how much trust do they have in Trey Taylor, because if you think that he is an advanced processor and you think that he has the necessary skills, whether that be the arm talent, whether that be the mobility that you want to be your starting quarterback, I think the most important thing is you have to have complementary pieces in place, because we saw it with Dylan Raiola. The infrastructure was not quite there for him to take that offense and immediately elevate it to the heights that everybody wanted him to. And I think maybe the second time around with this Nebraska football squad, there might be the infrastructure in place with what Jeep Wade's trying to build, what DeKel Shorts has in the wide receiver room, with what they're going to have in the running back and the tight ends room. There might be the infrastructure in place to immediately elevate this thing to a level that they can compete in the way that they want to compete with Trey Taylor as a freshman.
And I think the key, if it is Taylor starting as a true freshman, which you didn't see with Raiola, is I don't think you can put the weight of the offense fully onto his shoulders.
Yes.
You want to ease him into that with a strong running game, some quick scheme passes to get a guy in rhythm.
You got to set that tone right now in
But
place this year.
But mostly it starts with the run game. You got to have a strong running game for a freshman quarterback to just take the pressure, take the load of the offense off his shoulders. Whenever Dylan stepped on campus day one, you're not only putting the expectations of the state on him, you're putting the entire load of the offense onto him. It was true freshman Dylan Raiola, hey, go out, make a play. You don't want to do that with a true freshman. I think that's the lesson that should be learned from this.
Absolutely.
You can't.
There's got to be all the pieces. Got to be like you said.
You can start a true freshman. You don't want the true freshman quarterback to be the focal point of the offense.
Right.
I think you will start the true freshman.
I look at this and I think there has to be some cautious optimism. I think it's okay to get excited about a guy who's number 8 in the class, 5-star quarterback, presumably the next big thing for this Nebraska squad. I think people should be rather reserved, cautious in the way that they approach Trey Taylor, because this is a 17 and 18-year-old kid. Placing the weight of the world and anointing him as the savior of the program is not going to help you get back to relevancy right away. You will have to eat some growing pains, right? I think right away, if you ask him to be a game changer, I don't know that he can walk into college and do that. I don't think any freshman quarterback can walk into college and do that. We've seen a lot of really talented freshman QBs walk into college and struggle because they don't have the supplementary pieces around him. So what do you need? You need a strong running game, because I think right away, the way that you want to build this, you want to build it to a crescendo. Your first year, you want the kid to show that he has got some arm talent, that he can make some exciting pop plays, but we want to have a strong running game, great O-line, something to balance us out, and a defense that can support you and not keep you on the field all the time. Second year, you put a little bit more load on his shoulders. You can ask him to be a game changer, more complex route patterns. Can we ask him to elevate the level of our offense a step further? And then year 3, you're asking that guy to pop and be the focal point of the offense. I think that's the crescendo you want to build towards, so that way as a junior, he's ready, he's popping, he's building you, and then he goes off to the pro ranks, right? That's what you want to build this to. I think there has to be a level of patience that comes with this, because if you anoint him, if you place all of this burden and the weight of the world upon his shoulders for a 17 or 18-year-old kid, however mentally strong that you believe that Trey Taylor can be, anybody can fall under that amount of pressure. When you are bearing the weight of the world on your shoulders, it takes a special kind of person to do that right away. And he may be that kind of person. We don't know all the ins and outs and the semantics and the workings of his mind. But I would encourage people to be rather cautious, be optimistic, but be cautious in your approach and be reserved and know that it's going to take time for these things to flourish. Just like Elijah with a pepper plant. It takes a little bit for this thing to start really bearing some results. Let it grow. Let it nurture. Take the ups and the downs. You might have a setback today, but just know that in the future, there's going to be something barren on the horizon.
I think that is the perfect scenario we just laid out. We all know in the landscape of college football, on the flip side, if we could be patient from a developmental side,
it's hard.
It's hard. Why?
Because you want the results now.
Because they're being paid. There's a number. And again, and I hate it that I'm having that we're having to say this.
Yeah.
But how many times are you going to look over and go, and again, this is the way of the world. Yes, he's 17, 18-year-old kid. College athletes and freshmen aren't able to be looked at like that anymore. They're just not.
Especially in football.
In football. We already know, right? There'll be an expectation level in a different world of P&Ls and budgets and money for him. That I think that's the one thing from the patient side. And again, this also on Nebraska to be having those future conversations. They should have already been had, hopefully, with a kid like Trey Taylor walking in. Have you laid out that plan? Have you laid out those expectations? Right? Because unfortunately, the first day he walks onto the field, let's say he walks on game 1, you're starting quarterback in 27. Expectations are through the roof now. There will be, and again, not saying football-wise, like the staff, we know that they should have a plan. Nationally, wins and loss, all that is going to go through the roof. Our guy is here. To me, it feels a lot like when you're looking at Trey Taylor and other, all right, we're talking about him. It's the conversation around golf all the time. That guy's the next Tiger Woods. Expectation when you take that first snap. Dylan Raiola, same thing. When he took that first snap, it was like, The savior is here.
Mm.
It is going to change. And then the conversation started with him where we're paying that to get that, not about the development side of it. It was like, we're paying that to get that. That's the unfortunate side of this entire landscape. Because I think what you guys just said about being patient, the development process. And again, on paper, it feels like you're building what we talked about. You're building a good offensive line. You're getting some pieces for the setup for Trey Taylor to walk in, maybe be that guy. It's a unique balance. They're going to have to balance because I think in sports, how many times you watch a 5-star freshman walk in and get ruined?
We saw it in Florida.
Completely ruined because of got to rush it in expectations.
Honestly, I feel like you see it more often than not.
You do. You do. How many?
The Tuas and the Trevor Lawrences are rare, and you just don't see it very often. Tua sat most of his freshman year.
Yeah.
But think about Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence played on the best college football team in the country that season.
Exactly.
Yes. The pieces, the foundation was there.
Exactly.
For a guy like that to walk in.
And he was good in his own right. And he ended up going on and being he's been a pretty solid NFL quarterback, right? Like, you need the foundation in place if a guy's going to start right away. Like, that's the thing is the talent level was so great with Trevor Lawrence that you could already just throw him in and he just had to make that offense home.
And
then he became special.
I mean, Auburn dang near ruined Bo Nix.
Yep.
He stepped in and who did they upset early in his career? Huge game down at War Eagle. And he was insane that game. It was a non-con game. It was somebody. Was it Penn State?
I don't know. Was it Penn State? Was it?
I can't remember.
I feel like they played Oregon at some point.
But I think while you're looking at that, unfortunately, this is what happens.
Was that Oregon because they beat them 17-14? Am I remembering that right?
27-21.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. And you reeled off some wins to start the year, and then SEC schedule went poorly for you. You changed offensive coordinators.
Almost ruined it.
And he had to go off to another school where Oregon kind of saved him.
Because it's the whole, this is Trey Taylor, but going back to what you guys were talking about, it's the foundation that he's going to walk into.
Right. And
unfortunately, guess what? For all what Dylan Raiola was, he walked into not that.
And he might walk into that at Oregon. Like a year, he might walk into that and he might pop, and you might see what Dylan Raiola was promised to be.
You hope those stories turn out good for kids in that scenario. Obviously, he didn't walk into that here.
No.
And again, what you alluded to is when Dylan walked in at that high level, was the bulk of the offense on him.
And he had to pull recruiting up with him. There was a lot this is not like
he was managing a lot.
This is not Dylan Raiola propaganda. This is the reality of a situation for an 18-year-old that walked in with the world in his shoulders and the dad on the wall. That's what happened. There was extra value and extra expectation attached because his dad is on the wall in Memorial Stadium.
Yep.
And that was really tough for a guy like that to balance. And it didn't end up paying off for you. But I think talking conversely here with the expectations thing, what is the expectation? What is the anticipation? What is your evaluation of a good season for Anthony Colandrea? What does he need to be to get this thing where we're moving in the right direction?
I was in the camp we were discussing earlier. Like I close to 3,000 yards passing, 24-9, maybe 24-10.
Yeah, if I'm in low double digit,
I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, give me
because you feel like if he gets to 3,000 and 20-something touchdowns, you've opened the offense up a little bit for some other things to happen.
And if I get 20-plus passing tuds and I get, 12 or less INTs, I think that's a pretty solid return on that guy.
And give me Kirk Cousins year after year.
And somewhere in these 6 rushes for 50 yards a game type of range as well.
Sure, something help me extend plays, help us keep the thing ticking because I can live with turnovers if you're trying to make plays. Right, there are some times where you'll make boneheaded turnovers as long as you're not throwing it right to a guy. If you're trying to fit in a tight window and a guy just goes and makes an athletic play, you tip your cap and you move on.
And where are the turnovers? Is it 3rd and 9 from your own 15-yard line?
Right.
Yes.
Or is it 1st and 10 near midfield shot play and you throw a pick?
Yeah. And so now they're buried inside their own 20 because they just got a pick on a bomb play that you were trying to run. But I get it. Situationally, what do the turnovers look like? Because there were times in Don Riley's tenure, there were some bad situational turnovers, and you can't have those. What does the pocket presence look like late in games? Because while the turnovers may not have been there, the offensive line and there would be a miscommunication and a breakdown, and your quarterback did not have the situational awareness to recognize what was coming at him and didn't have the awareness to step up in the pocket or step back or make the pocket mobility. Does he have some pocket savviness? Is he able to maneuver in and around situations and buy you time? Does he know when a play is dead, and can he just throw the ball away to the sideline, live to find another down? Like, what does that look like?
What I would be interested to watch with Calandria, again, we'll get a long chance to see all this, is his decisiveness, right? Knowing what he's getting through the reads. If it's time to tuck and go, get to the sticks somehow, that stuff. But, dude, I feel like this, knowing and learning, and he's going to make mistakes. We're going to have turnovers, and I agree with you guys what type of turnover. I just want this quarterback to be an aggressive guy who is trying everything he can, and he's going to make an aggressive turnover, right? Just be decisive when you're doing this.
And if you fall on your sword, okay. Like, I can live with that. I can live with you going and trying to make a play. And you know what? There may be a moment where it comes down to it. It's a final drive, and he tries to make a play, and it ends in a pick. And people might come after him, and we might go, well, why would you do that? But at the end of the day, you can swallow your pride and say, you know what?
Dude's getting after
it. He stuck everything on the line, and it just failed. You know, he pushed the chips to the center and said, I'm all in. And the house ended up getting him. And that's okay.
He didn't slide 1 yard from the sticks on 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2.
Yeah. That's just if he's diving and making plays and he's putting his body on the line, I can respect the guy who's going to go put it on for the badge. As long as he's fighting with some pride, I think people can cut him some leeway. And I think people will cut him some leeway. And I think that goes for a lot of people on that team. If you're putting it on the line and you try to make a play and you end up coming up short, that's okay.
That's any sport, right?
Yeah,
that's any sport, man.
It's going to happen. But as long as the effort is there, I think that's a big thing when it comes down to it. Is the effort there? And I think he's going to make a real effort to try to make some plays.
Was the effort there from De'Aaron Fox last night in the final 10 seconds of that game as he tried to go make a play?
I mean,
maybe we should be more forgiving.
I mean, he did try to go make a play. That being said, little situational awareness would have been nice. Little situational awareness might have been warranted there. But I see what you're saying. Like,
poor guy got put in the spot.
Yeah, but like, hey, situational awareness matters. Like, what is your, like, are you savvy? Do you know, hey, we need to kill some clock here? Like, hey, I need to get this ball out of my hands because I got a full out blitz coming and we don't have numbers in the box to help me. Do we have that kind of savvy? Instead of trying to step in there and make some plays, do I know, oh, shoot, I got 1-2 Mississippi and then I got to chuck this thing to the sideline?
It's like every quarterback, right? It's all going to be based on optics.
Right.
Timing, optics, those types of things. But it is interesting as you start looking at Trey Taylor marching into 27 with that rating, the expectations that come with it. Nebraska presumably doing the right things for a kid like that to have him in a situation to be successful.
Look at the class that they're bringing in around him. A lot of offensive and defensive line and some skill and some playmakers. That's what they're bringing in with them. And you need that. You need some playmakers. You need some guys who can help you on the defensive line. Because that's the other thing that we don't talk about a lot is the defense getting off the field. Like, are you having to sit there as a quarterback and you're sitting there for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes in real time and you're just throwing a ball. You're trying to stay loose and your defense just can't get off the field. If your defense gives it back to you when you're humming, that's the other thing is if you have a defense that's got some bucket getters on the defensive line, then go get you a sack, go get you some pressure, force an errant throw or an incompletion or something to go wrong in the machine, a cog pops loose. If you've got defensive linemen who can get you the ball back when your offense is humming, that's almost as valuable, right? Because there's a rhythm and flow to the game. And if you're in a game flow, man, it doesn't matter. Like, we've seen times where Nebraska's had the offense running hot, and sometimes your defense will get you a quick 3 and out, and boom, it's right back in your offense's hand. Good things happen when that happens, when you're playing with momentum. How can you foster momentum? And I think bringing in defensive guys like that, it really tends to help you, especially with what they did in the portal this year. They got some veteran defensive guys who can take on double teams, can fight and try to get you pressure or a sack. You get more of that, get the ball back in an offense's hands that's humming. That's good. And sometimes you're just going to need your defense to buckle down and be a stalwart and give you a couple opportunities. Give you a couple shots at the dartboard.
Yep. Good stuff. Trey Taylor, 5-star, number 8 in the class, 27. He's yours, Nebraska. Let's take a break. Final break of the show. We'll come back and do stories that we missed.
Should be good. No, I think that's a fascinating conversation.
Yeah, but it's real.
Yeah,
just
because what do you expect out of a kid? Does your defense help you?
Just do it right.
Because that's the other part of the coin is your offense can't do anything if your defense can't get off the field.
I expect a national championship.
Some fans might go, well, we're paying for one.
Yeah, we don't have the roster that some of those national championship contenders do, though. We don't got that kind of money. That's okay. I mean, you can develop around that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't particularly say Cignetti had the most amount of money last year. Now, he's going to have it now, but I wouldn't particularly say he has the most amount of money. He just had his guys, developed them, and they played their tails off.
So we kind of had the conversation yesterday about the Big Ten power rankings, where I'm like, I don't see how you could have anyone but Indiana at the top.
Right.
Someone's like, they returned 8 starters. I'm like, yeah, it's 3 members of their offensive line. That is, Charlie Becker wasn't a starter technically, but you return him. 3 members of the offensive line. You return your 2 interior guys in the defensive line who both played great at the end of last year. And then you return all 3 of your starting linebackers who were awesome. So you're solid along the offensive line. You're solid in your front 7. Yeah, you have to replace some defensive backs.
Sure.
You went and got one of the top quarterbacks in the portal, so you'd be fine there. You went and got a great running back, Turbo, whatever his name is.
Turbo Richard.
Yeah. So, and then you replace some of your wide receivers with, Nick Marsh, you get in there, who that was a top 3 wide receiver in the portal last year. They're going to be fine.
They'll be solid. They got Josh Hoover. They'll be okay.
Yeah, top 3 quarterback in the portal probably.
They got guys.
And I trust if Cignetti thinks that they can come in and be difference makers, they're probably going to come in and be difference makers. And then you return guys in the key places where you want to have experience. You want to have guys that have played Big Ten football for a couple of years, and they have that. So,
Hooksy, we were talking about this. If you had to take one coach in college football, drop him into your program, and have him help you win within a 5-year window, who are you taking?
When is in
get to
all current coaches?
All current sitting head coaches.
Current sitting head coaches.
I believe I said.
Why do
I said Dan Lanning.
I said Mario Cristobal.
I thought about both those. Lanning's just a monster.
Because I love younger guys. That's my thing.
Cignetti is the easy
It's about
answer.
win the championship, right? Like win it all or just win.
Yeah, you want to win it all.
Lanning's probably there. I also. Why not James Franklin in that mix?
Yeah, I don't hate
thought.
it.
He's won everywhere he's been. He's never won the big one, though.
The big one. That's the thing. That's why I stopped it at. Is it winning? Because everywhere Franklin's been, he's won.
True.
And he's always got big time classes.
Where-
Look what he's doing at Vod Tech right now.
Where are we at on Ryan Day?
Did
he not crash the Ferrari, or is he a good football coach that
He
doesn't get
seems to-
credit because he took over a built football
I
program?
think he's a good football coach. I
Yeah.
don't know that I'd take him to elevate the level of my program right away, but we don't have any context for that outside of what he's done.
Yeah, I don't think he's walking in the door going, "Oh, it's Ryan Day. Let's."
Like
run."
if Ryan Day walks into Nebraska, is this thing a national championship contender?
There aren't many coaches like that walk in day one to do that. Like you can go back and say, "All right, Nick Saban walks in the door, you're changed. Urban Meyer walked in the door, you're changed." Right? There's a different level.
Harbaugh walks in the door.
Harbaugh,
After,
you're changed.
After a while, you're changed.
Right? There aren't many you can.
Harbaugh did it at Stanford. I don't. He deserves it, bro.
Exactly.
I also said dark horse, guy who could grow into that. I think Drink could. I think Drink could. Eli Drinkwitz.
And my dark horse was Elko out of A&M.
Oh, Elko.
Elko's everybody who watched Elko at Duke should have known that guy was a monster.
Yeah,
that guy.
Not
that guy
Kirby Smart.
I think Kirby's kind of Kirby has done a good job, and obviously he's a great coach. It's just, I don't know. I think I have a little fatigue with Kirby. Also, there's the "What have you done for me lately?" and I haven't seen Georgia win a natty in a couple of years.
Kirby's a good answer. I'm biased though, and he's just annoying.
He is annoying.
I'm a little fatigued to Kirby because he's won a lot.
You know,
it's kind of my thing, and I like Mario.
Kirby should be in the top 5 there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ready to get going,
Stories
fellas?
that we missed coming up. Let's go. Welcome back in the morning hookup.
Shut up your mic. I want to listen to DLC a little
I
longer.
like it. Thank you. You know your broke what? That's what that Pepper's doing. Not bad.
We had a lovely little bow. Put the wrap on it. Talked about
Sorry.
Trey Taylor growing in like a beautiful bell pepper, and then
dude is
Hooksy
sitting
just
on his
goes.
broke ass.
Hooksy just goes and drops another 4 inches of rain on it. Boom.
I'll send you guys updates whenever I get home.
The people's host goes and drops the people's elbow.
Boom. We better get to stories that we missed.
The stories we miss. The morning hookup.
Fellas, we got new numbers for Nebraska basketball. This is coming out this morning.
Let's go.
The one big number change I see is Leo Curtis wearing the number 9, moving from 33.
Okay.
So back to the number he wore through much of his youth. Among the new guys, you have Colin Rice wearing number 4. You have Caden Betts wearing number 7. DeGorville's wearing number 8. Trevin Linhart wearing number 10. Jacob Lanier, 13. Sam Orm, 14. Bowden Kapke, 33. Damon Wilkinson, 34. Whenever you put it like that, that's a lot of newcomers.
My goodness, that's a lot of newcomers. Yes.
Some newcomers.
Everyone else retained their same number that you know and love. But Leo did make the move to 9.
I get the Frager 5.
Frager 5.
Frager 5. Price is still probably
21. Cale Jacobson's wearing the 31. Love that for him.
I need somebody wearing the 55. Need it. Or the 51. Give me the 51, like Rink Mast.
Yeah, if anyone would wear 55, it'd probably be like Henry Burt, but he's in the 35, which is close.
That's perfect.
We talked about this off the air earlier. I need a guard wearing 44.
I need a guard wearing something tough. Give me like a 30, like a 39.
Oh, you can't do the 9. Now you got the 2 signs.
What is it? 30. Give me a 30. Not 32, 33. I think 34 is probably tough.
Dude, the 44 is maybe my favorite number in basketball. You don't see it enough.
You don't want to do the
especially a small guy. It's like a pitcher wearing like the number 1.
Mm-hmm.
It just it throws you off so much that you can't help but love.
You don't want to do the Dennis Rodman on the San Antonio Spurs when he got the number banned.
Oh. No, I'm good.
Hey,
we're be mature around here.
Another story that we missed. The Chiefs are adding 2 years to Patrick Mahomes' contract, so
Massive
he's going to get tied into Kansas City through 2033 at a value of a little over $500 million.
That's it.
$504.75 million. If I could sniff a quarter of that, I would be the happiest man alive. That's a crap ton of money.
I'd say
a lot of money.
Man, unfortunately, man, there was a return to tennis that's going to get cut short. Serena Williams is cut short. They go out. She's in the doubles at the HSBC Championship. And unfortunately, her partner went down with a knee injury.
Not good.
The return is cut short. And that one, she is scheduled to get back at it the following next week's Berlin Open. But after that, there's no future of what they're saying. Will she return to Wimbledon? Big question. But unfortunately, they win match 1. Knee injury put you down in match 2.
So
not her partner.
A regional story going on here. And Elijah and I talked about this off air before our other show locally on KFOR, the Average Joe Sports Show. We were talking about how Lawrence, Kansas has kind of embraced the Algerian national team and how this is turning into a real story. Elijah and I talked about this, that apparently Algeria has their base of training. They've set up their home base in Lawrence, Kansas, and the whole community has like rallied around this. They're buying Algerian flags. They're getting pottery shared with the city. They're in return, they're giving back a 14-year-old's painting of what a what is it? The eagle? What is the national?
The desert fox.
The desert fox. So a 14-year-old's painting of a desert fox gets exchanged to the Algerian embassy. There's this whole thing going on, but it reminded me of a story back in the day when England hosted the World Cup. I believe it was 1960. and North Korea was in the World Cup. And so their home base was in Middlesbrough, England. And still to this day, you could see North Korean flags in Middlesbrough because the community loved the North Korean national team so much. So I'm wondering if this becomes a thing with the Algerian national team in Lawrence, Kansas. Do we just see a bunch of Algerian flags out of nowhere because we're embracing the local flavor?
Well, I will say, if there's people traveling in for the World Cup, the place to be to get the true American experience is not Chicago or Miami or all these big cities. You got to get to small towns or mid-sized towns in the South, in the Midwest. That's the place to be. Even the West Coast.
Mm-hmm. There's some fun places. There's some fun places you can really find.
You want it towns of less than like 100,000 people.
That's where you want to be.
That's where you want to be. That's where you get the true American experience.
Not Lincoln, Nebraska, but hey, mid-sized towns. Lawrence, Kansas.
No, go visit the tropics of Nebraska.
Lawrence,
Grand Island.
I think Lawrence is the perfect place. It's a great little community.
Yeah, I agree.
It's pretty solid out there. And hey, they got some stuff to do. If they would have been a little bit earlier, they could have gone to Hoagland Ballpark. You never know. You get an Algerian invasion in Hoagland Ballpark. Now, how about that?
The National Guard is not being readied.
Imagine a bunch of soccer fans showing up to a baseball game and they're just sitting there, and
that'd be great.
They're just putting up tifus. They're shooting off flares.
I fear the Europeans don't quite understand baseball, though.
It would be really funny though to watch them cheer.
Just bouncing.
Yeah, the stands are just bouncing up and down. You're testing the structural integrity of the temporary bleachers.
Trying to tear the place apart.
That'd be awesome.
I'd be down.
Would love that.
Boy, tonight you got hockey. By the way, you're a little over 24 hours away. We'll talk about it tomorrow, the start of the College World Series tomorrow.
You guys have an early favorite?
I'm probably riding with Ole Miss or Georgia, but that's obvious.
Yeah.
I'm riding with Ole Miss because I got them at plus 700 at the sports book, baby. That's how we do it.
Let's go Rebs.
I'm gonna ride with my heels. See what they got. Can they get over that hump?
Why not?
If I was to pick a team like I'd actually like really want to bandwagon, it'd be Troy.
West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia's a cool story, but I don't like John Denver that much.
But
kidding. I do love John Denver.
If I'm going, I'm finding those fans. I want to sit in their section.
I'm going to tell them thank you for JJ Weatherholt and Victor Scott. I want to shake your hand personally for producing those two young men because they play for my team.
I'm rooting for Troy because they gave us the first Nebraska NCAA tournament win.
Shout out.
Wow.
Shout out. Love
hey,
that.
sorry about the basketball team, but we'll support you while you're in Omaha.
Low-key shout back in.
Do you think they would have taken that trade if you'd have told them before the season, hey, you're going to play Nebraska and give them their first ever NCAA tournament win, but you're going to make the College World Series? Would they have taken that trade?
Yes.
I think
absolutely.
Because they still made the tourney.
You take that deal?
Right.
I would too.
They have a better chance now.
I would too. Damn good deal.
Now, here's another deal. Would you have traded if Nebraska lost to Troy but made it to the College World Series? Would you take that deal?
No.
I don't think I would.
I agree.
I want that.
We're all in agreement here. The NCAA tournament win was huge.
No.
Also, the NCAA tournament win sparked maybe the greatest 2 weeks that this place has seen around here since the national championship.
Promise it was
also
for
the
me.
greatest weekend OKC's ever seen.
Ever seen. Ever
True,
will.
true.
Ever,
and they won a finals.
Ever will see.
Mm-hmm.
And they won a finals.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We have a double over on the Price is Right this morning.
We do?
Oh, Lord. They both go home without the grand prize. Oh, that's terrible.
This day in TV. Oh, it's Moats.
This day just got ruined.
Wow. Look how disappointed Drew Carey looks.
Are you more of a Price is Right fan or a Jeopardy fan?
Jeopardy.
Jeopardy all
I
day
love
long.
Jeopardy.
Tomorrow we have the Almanac Jeff Moats, College World Series talk, and a whole lot more tomorrow. Get outside. Enjoy your Thursday today. It's going to be a beautiful day. If you're going to the Bananas, try to catch the foul ball getting out. Have a great Thursday. We'll catch you on a Husker Homer Friday.